Hey everybody, today we're going to be working on improving our writing and how to make our writing better. You all are already great writers, but every writer can improve in some way. One way to improve your writing is to use better words. When you use better words, you can write better stories. So to write a better story, we might want to think about what are adjectives. Think back to second grade. Do you remember talking about adjectives? Adjectives are describing words. They are used to describe nouns. They help readers visualize or make pictures in their mind about what they're reading. For example, this boy over here in this picture, we might say, this boy's got a pencil under his nose. That's not very easy to visualize if you didn't have the picture in front of you. But if we added the adjectives silly and blue, it helps us to describe the boy and his pencil. So how can we use adjectives to make our writing better? So here's a sentence. It's okay. I have a few toys in my room. But here's a sentence that's a wow sentence. I have a fast black race car and a shiny blue Captain America shield in my room. Here's an okay sentence. I have a cute dog. Wow sentence would be, my dog has brown floppy ears and curly black fur. Do you see how adding those adjectives make those sentences even better? So which one of these sentences is better? Sentence number 1 or sentence number 2? Sentence number 1 says, my black cat jumped on the counter. Sentence number 2 says, my fat black cat jumped on the counter noisily and knocked several dishes into the floor. Take a minute to think. Which one of these can you picture better in your mind? I think sentence number 2 is easier to picture. In sentence number 1, I can picture a black cat and I can picture him jumping on the counter, but I didn't think the cat was fat until I saw sentence 2 and it described the cat as a fat black cat. And then how he jumped on the counter noisily? Oh gracious, I can just picture that cat doing that. So let's look closer at sentence number 2 and see why it was so much better. We had a lot more adjectives and describing words into this sentence. The words fat and black described what? If you said those words described the cat, then you're right. Air high five. The words fat and black describe the cat. Another descriptive word in that sentence is the word noisily. My fat black cat jumped on the counter noisily. That's an adverb. It describes how the cat jumped on the counter. He didn't jump on the counter quietly. It was noisily. So that helps us to picture in our head that that cat must be kind of clumsy. The next descriptive word is several. It wasn't just a dish, it was several dishes. So that cat must have been slipping and sliding all over the place when it jumped onto the counter. Some words, just like the puppy in the picture, are just plain tired. So it's time to give some of those tired words a break. Let's stop using some of these tired words and let's find some synonyms or words that mean the same that make a story even better. What are some words you could use instead of bad? Awful, evil. Those are both synonyms of bad. Now, think about the word big. What's a word that's a synonym of big that you could use instead of just saying it's big? You could say huge, gigantic, enormous. You could use a lot of different synonyms for big. So look at some of these other tired words. Really, fine, stuff, good, so, nice, go, things, very. Those are some tired words. So let's give those words a break and let's try to use other words instead of those. Adding descriptive words makes stories way more fun to read. They also make stories a lot more fun to write too. If you can add descriptive words into your story is going to be better all around. You'll have more fun adding to it, and others will have more fun reading it. So let's look at each one of these sentences. What are your thoughts of each of these? Pause the video and read each of these sentences and think about which of these three can you picture in your head. I hope you paused your video and you read each sentence. If you didn't, do that now. So if you were reading these sentences to yourself, I bet that you thought the last three sentences were more descriptive than the first two. You could probably just look at them and see that they're going to be more descriptive because there's more words in there. So that's what good writers do. They add in descriptive words to help the readers see the pictures or visualize the pictures in their head. So now it's your turn. You're going to go through your narrative, each sentence at a time. And with each sentence, I want you to ask yourself these questions. Where can I add adjectives in my story? Can I picture my story in my mind? Did I use words that appealed to my senses? Those 5 senses of touch, taste, smell, hear, and see? Can I substitute some tired words in my story? Is this a story I'd like to read? Is this a story I'd like someone else to read? I want you to go now and look back at your story. You can pause the video to leave these questions up on your screen while you're working, so you can ask yourself these questions as you read through each sentence. Let's make our stories even better, and let's become the best writers that we can. I'm really proud of you. Keep up the good work.